Hello. So welcome on our live. As a promise today, it's going to be nice and short today, and it's going to nicely tie up with the theme of the weekend. Because one of the questions, so today again, we're going to mention a bit of topic of weight loss, but we're gonna as well speak about the hunger when it comes to the hunger. So as I said, like nice and short today, so I'm gonna share with you the tips on a couple of topics. So the first question was how to build the confidence and enjoying meals and drinks out and without spoiling success. And I think that's, especially when you lose weight, you may start feeling anxious. So when there will be situation over the weekend going out, you may feel like, oh, I don't really either want to go out, or you may feel like you don't spoil your weekend, or you in general you don't want to spoil your results with eating out, and you may feel a bit like uncomfortable going. So I think that at this point it's like really important to remember a couple of things. So one of the things is remembering about that 3,500 calories for the 1 pound of body fat again. So to actually put on 1 pound of body fat is that 3,500 calories over your maintenance level. So if your maintenance level is at 2,000, let's say, or 1,500, okay, if you add that 3.5 on top, it's about 5,000 calories. So saying that, it's going to be quite challenging to overeat, over the one weekend. And even if it does happen that you're going to have more calories, you probably are going to, during the week, it's going to kind of disappear. And that is another thing that is worth remembering, that sometimes we focus so much on that one day, on them 2 days. But when you put it in a perspective of your results, that we're not working on the result just for 1 week, 6 weeks, 5 weeks. We were thinking about the results for the whole year. That one day out of 365 is like less than 1%. And so that's how much impact it's got. But there are the things that you can still do. Oh, hello. And there are still the things that you can do to lower your calories down when you eat out. So I think like I'm going to share with you them tips when it comes to what you could do if you go and eat out, just to enjoy yourself without feeling that you spoiled your results. So one of the things that, and I'm going to share that with you based on myself as well, because if you've been out and with me before, you probably know how difficult it can be, and how many questions I usually ask. But you can do a few things. So first of all, if you feel unsure when going out, you can always check your menu. Okay, so you can check the menu for the place you're going and see if there is, if there's anything you really like. Another thing, you can always ask for the healthy swaps, and I tend to do that. It's because probably I'm just a bit more picky food eater, but I tend to ask for the food swap. So if you want, you can always ask for changing some of the things just to reduce them calories down. As well as that, having your sauces, sometimes you got the sauces on top of your meals. You can ask them to just like have the sauce on the side. And I sometimes ask for that as well, because I sometimes don't want to have it covered like full food in all the sauces. So just having that dip on the side or the sauce in on side, it allows you to actually choose how much you want to have it on your meal. So that's another thing that may actually save you some calories when eating out. If you're going for a meal out or like a buffet style, I think the one of the important thing is like try not to not to go hungry. So trying to have something in the morning or afternoon, it depends what time you're going, high protein, because that's gonna kind of keep you full for longer, and you've got something, so you're not going extremely hungry for a meal, so you're less likely to go too crazy when it comes to the meals. Another thing is like if you're going for a restaurant and you've got a starters main and you've got dessert as well, just maybe instead of going for 3 meals, like just choose either starter and a main, and then maybe for dessert just have a tea or coffee, something that is not going to bring your calories. Another thing that I tend to do, if I don't fancy a big meal, I will choose a few of the starters and I ask to have that as a main meal. So if some of the places you may get a massive meal and that is quite a lot of calories. So if you're worried about that, or for any reason you may not feel like you're fancying that big portion, you may all just ask for a few starters and just ask for having that as your meal. Another thing, if you drink, is having and choosing the low calorie drinks instead of the ones that are high in calories. So maybe looking into the different options, what option you could have. Another idea is for you would be just mixing it up. So let's say if you've got a drink, then after a drink just have like something a little low calories, so have like a pop or just glass of water, just something in between, so you're not constantly getting them calories in. But again, that is just tips and ideas. I'm not encouraging you to go and not to enjoy yourself and choose the broccoli and salad. I'm just giving you the ideas how you can, reduce your calories if you want to be a bit more careful when you go out and eat out, or maybe you want to make a healthier swap. So it's absolutely up to you. But the most important thing is like the results. You're not going to lose results over one day. And the thing that you may be wanting to try as well, if you've got a tendency of going for a meal, coming back, and then next day checking your weight on the scale, I encourage you not to go on the scale, because then it's not going to make you feel like you don't have any point of reference, thinking like, oh, I put on 2 pounds, okay, now I need to exercise more, I'm going to starve myself. Just come back as soon as you can, come back to your routine, and you're going to see that them weekends and the meals out are not really impacting you as much, because you're not going to see much difference on one day, over one day, or a weekend. And that's going to build your confidence, because as you go out, you see like nothing is really changing. I'm back to my routine, I'm doing well. That's going to build that confidence. Okay, I can actually go and enjoy myself. And that, again, that comes back to the mindset that we said before, perfectionist mindset. So we're not trying to be perfect, we're trying to progress, and looking on your average action, rather than just looking on that one day and going all or nothing. So I think that's nicely covered, and hopefully that's gonna be beneficial when it comes to like them weekends and away and meals out over weekend. Another question was how to manage appetite gain when you start to exercise, and I think it's very personal. Not everybody can feel that, but especially with the cardio, it can have that impact, that after cardio, after half an hour probably, a post-workout, you may feel that your hunger is going up. And sometimes what may happen is like we start eating more, so we start compensating, so we're actually not putting ourselves in that calorie deficit anymore. So from the perspective of, if you want to make sure you're not going too crazy with your calories and you're not gonna exceed your maintenance level, so you're not going to put yourself in that calorie gain, I'll probably say you want to stick to as much nutrient dense food. So again, same rules apply: high protein, high fiber, and nutrient dense. This way you're going to have a big size of the meal, so it's going to fill you up for longer, but it's not going to give you that hunger. And somebody once said that, oh, you can't overeat on the broccoli, and I think it's quite right, because once you've got like a plate full of veg, and you're keeping your food nutrient dense, it's so much easier to increase that satiety level, and it's going to fill you up for longer, rather than just grabbing snacks and chocolates and stuff, because it's so much easier to overeat on things like that. Another thing that may work, again, I'm going to throw ideas, and that is very much personal, and that needs testing as well. Having a snack prior to workout. So if you tend to like feel hunger after post-workout, maybe having something smaller prior to workout. Another idea is having a snack with yourself post-workout. Okay, everybody's different. Again, it depends on the type of workout you're doing. If you're doing strength conditioning or high intensity, you're probably not going to feel very well straight after, and so you're not going to be feeling hungry, and that hunger probably creeps up on you, I'll probably say in a half an hour, 45 minutes after the workout. And at that time, if you feel having that snack with yourself, ideally protein and carbs, so either shake or something like that, and having it there may help as well, so may kind of give you that feeling. Another thing which is worth remembering as well is sometimes we mix up the hunger and thirst, so it's really important to remember that sometimes we may think we're hungry, but that we may be actually thirsty. So making sure we stay on top of the hydration, especially after workouts, when we sweat a lot, we may feel like we're hungry, but starting with them a couple of glasses of water may as well help. And did I miss anything from the things that... No, I think that's about it. Maybe timing your meals, but that is very much, again, as I like, it's very much personal, because you may not be wanting to exercise around your meals, or you may have a different schedule. But if there is a possibility of putting your workout prior to your meals, then once you get hungry, actually there's your meal time, so you're not actually getting extra calories. But I think the more sensible advice at this point is trying to stick to the nutrient dense food, whole food, a lot of fiber, high protein, just to keep that satiety level up. And I think that's it for today. I can see that Kirsty just joined in, so hello. If you've got any question, you can ask me any questions and I'm gonna answer. But if you don't have any questions, I'm gonna just save that for later on, and I'm gonna catch up with you next week, depending on how many questions I get. But yeah, few tips for you. I hope you're gonna enjoy your weekend, and if you're going out, you're gonna enjoy your meals and drinks out, not going overboard, and use the tips and techniques that I've mentioned in today's live. So enjoy your weekend, have a great time. Instagram live workouts will be coming in March. Hello. Instagram live workouts will be coming in March, so you're gonna see me a bit more often in March time, so make sure you tune in for that. I'm gonna keep you posted on exact times and days, so you know when to connect. And again, if you wouldn't be able to join me live, then that's gonna get saved so you can access it anytime. Okay, so enjoy your weekend, have a great day, and I'm gonna speak to you soon. Take care, bye bye.